All right, I like that. I like it.
Yeah.
Now I can talk over this and kind of make it seem like seamless, like somebody's actually fading the music down. Right? Like that. There's an overhead shot right
That
there.
song is so catchy.
There we go. Yeah, right? There we go. The overhead shot is here.
Yes.
There we are right there, kids. Up the sky cam, dude.
I love that.
I like
love
it.
that.
Well. So if you're wondering what you stumbled on this beautiful podcast.
Yes.
It's called This Pink Cloud. This is actually season 3. You would think we would have it together by now. But season 3, episode 5. I'm self-medicating here. I was going to say that. But no, I am working the board myself, so please bear with me.
A little DIY action.
Yeah, exactly. And I am DJ Kelly Reverb, and I just put that up on the screen. There we go. Yeah, but so This Pink Cloud is a show about recovery, and it's about everything kind of like, in the recovery world, what's going on, what's happening, all that kind of good stuff. Sitting in with me today, actually, Dylan is out still, but he's getting better, and we're going to have him on soon, which is great. But sitting in with me is one Mr. Oh, hold on. I got to do this all. Wait,
you're gonna pop it
no, it's fun. There's you, but let's get your camera right because you just moved on us, Jeff.
Well,
there
the
you go.
microphone was over here. I didn't want to keep going.
That's all your fault, buddy. That's all your fault. But that is one Jeff Rigdon right there. My good buddy. Shoot, dude, we go back in the day, back 90s?
Something like that, man.
Something like that, like we're old and stuff, right?
We knew each other from, not
Fra-
directly, but through this whole scene.
Right. And then sitting on his left is actually I did a little there.
Right.
Well, my left. So
Yeah.
you're right. You're left, right, left.
I'm here. It's all that matters.
Anyway, but that is Haley Davis. So let's see. What do we got going on? Let's see. Oh, yeah. I need to hit the sponsor real quick. Obviously, that is our lovely sponsor, which I love this. That is www.summersky.us, and that's 888-857-8857. They're a place where I went to get sober. And guess what?
I went there, too.
So did this young lady on the left. So we have that in common. But you were there for much longer than me, and then... now you said 4 or 5 years sober?
4 in March.
Okay, and so that was way before my time. So maybe when the carpet was a little newer.
Maybe.
Maybe kind of sort of. No. But yeah, no. So that's great. I've run into these two people from my recovery journey, and they're both just good people. And Jeff actually chairs a recovery meeting that I frequent. And I don't know if you want to mention that. You can give it a shout out if you want, or you can keep it anonymity.
We'll do that.
We'll just keep it anonymous. We know which meeting it is. Okay. And then next to him is Haley Davis. So let's basically, I like to always kind of figure out like the person's kind of backstory and what happened, when it happened, and then we'll talk about all the good stuff. And how it happened too. Yeah, but we'll talk about and then what you have going on and what you have coming up and all that good stuff. So it's all you, Haley.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, what happened? A lot happened. A lot of bad stuff, but more good stuff.
More good stuff
more
than bad
good stuff than bad stuff.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
But no, I mean, I grew up very familiar with Alcoholics Anonymous. Oh my gosh, can we edit that out?
No. You can just say 12-step.
With the 12-step program.
Yeah, sure.
My father is in recovery. And,
okay.
But
it's not like you're the first person that's ever
I know,
heard
but
about one of those
I know,
meetings.
but I'm trying to,
Right.
respect traditions.
Sure.
But so I knew about recovery because my father's in recovery. But it took me a while to kind of get there myself. That show, Dope Sick, is kind of my story.
Oh.
I got sick and got prescribed OxyContin by the handful.
Yeah, the one with Michael Keaton in
Yes,
it. Yeah,
yes.
I love that show. It's on Hulu.
Dude,
on-
it's so good, man.
Yeah, it is good.
So good.
It is good.
And so, so I was really a big part of that when it first came out, and doctors didn't know a lot about it, and it was prescribed to me, but I was abusing it. And several treatment centers later, I found heroin, which was cheaper and
Well, yeah, and it's probably
More potent.
was it easier to get?
easier to get.
Yeah, I mean, because
And a lot
that's the kind of thing that it's kind of a common thread, to be honest. Actually, I hear that people say, I started off on Oxy and then I found a much cheaper Oxy
Yeah.
or readily available because I mean I know that for a while Oxys basically became almost out of print or rare or hard to find.
Yeah. And, they changed the formulas of them and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. I grew up in a small town and I moved back when I got sick. And so these were small town doctors and they were just prescribing. And my parents were like desperate for a cure. And we didn't know I have this disease that's made me blind in my left eye.
Oh.
And there was a lot of pain in my optic nerve. It's like phantom limb pain, but in your eyeball.
Now
So it was
I'm
terrible.
intently looking at your left eyeball.
You can't tell.
Yeah,
you can't
no,
tell. You
no.
can sometimes tell when the lights go
Okay.
out, my pupils don't dilate. So
Right.
it's not something that most people can tell. But I had to learn how to redrive and
Oh,
different
yeah,
stuff. It
sure.
takes me a long time to do my makeup because
Wow.
almost
Well, yeah, it'd be like just perpetually having one eye closed. Yeah.
What time did you get up today to do your makeup?
I woke up at 6 because I went to work. I went to work this morning before
Right.
I came here because I'm a good studious perfectionist.
I was going to say that you would probably be really good at looking at a telescope or a or a microscope. that would come in handy that
My
way,
good
right?
eye is like 2010. It's
Yeah.
just crazy. The human body is amazing how it compensates for things. But
Right.
so I got sick and got prescribed the opiates, and alcohol was my deal first, though.
Mm-hmm.
I was an alcoholic from the first time I took a drink. I just knew
Right.
it made me feel different. So I had the same story: small town girl, drinking all the time. Got a DWI.
What small town? Let's hear this.
Sherman, Texas.
Okay, Sherman's not too small.
But
I mean,
this is 20 years ago.
oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it wasn't the thriving metropolitan area that it is
Oh, yeah,
now.
so thriving,
So it's so thriving.
It's I think Grayson County has the oldest population in Texas.
Like oldest people.
Yeah, oldest people.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and they have the highest prescription rate of opiates because of the older people.
Sweet. Well, that's actually where my boy Dusty Burrows is
That's where he
up in
works, yeah.
up at is it TCC?
Something like that.
TCC.
Yeah.
Texoma.
I have no idea where it's up towards Oklahoma.
It's on the
Yeah, it's-
Texas-Oklahoma border.
Yeah. So anyway, back to small town
so
Sherman,
small
Texas.
town Sherman, Texas. Drinking was a thing, just really important to me, and I had a lot of consequences from that. And then I moved to Dallas for a time. I work in the legal field, and I got a job at a law firm in Dallas. And then I got sick, and I moved back to Sherman, so my parents could help me. And then the prescription opiates started. And it was out of control quick.
But I mean, yeah, I was going to say, how long was did it go from, practical use to abuse?
Pretty quickly.
Yeah.
By that time, my mother would try to monitor and bless her heart, and I've had the opportunity to make amends and repair that relationship. But she tried to monitor my use, and she would lock him up in the safe and take him to work.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as
Total
she
pill
left,
count.
yeah. I'm like almost 30 years old, living with my parents, searching the house for pills.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it was ridiculous. It
Sure.
was very much like that
No,
show.
that's-
where can I find it? I need more. I need more. I need more.
And she's
That-
the
no, that's-
sweetest lady too.
My
I
mom,
love your
yeah,
Right.
my mom, yeah, Jeff. I had a birthday party this year,
Yeah.
and my mom came, and a lot of my recovery friends came, and they just loved her. And
Right.
she's hard not to love.
It was
Yeah.
it was a hippies party, man. We all dressed up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And I walked around the whole time like, hey, man, what's up? I know you. Really?
Yeah, my mom was like, "Is that guy stoned?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, that's just Joe."
Yeah, we do some fun stuff in recovery to entertain ourselves.
Yes.
So yeah, no, but I
Another
love
one.
I love it because there was like a alien themed New Year's party that I heard was a rager, but I was obviously working because I'm a DJ and I rule.
Yeah, no, I had COVID for that, man.
Did you?
Yeah, I
Sweet,
did.
dude. Congratulations.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
a
yeah.
flu and strep throat.
Oh, sweet, nice.
That's great.
Good times. But so okay, so your mom's trying to monitor
Trying to
pills.
monitor. I'm desperate, seeking more, going to different doctors. They can't find a cure for my eye. The FDA is starting to crack down. The pill counts are off. The pain management doctors catching on to what's going on.
Starting to realize that we have a problem.
And so my brother sent me a link on my birthday, on my 30th birthday.
Okay.
And said, I think you need to go to treatment. And so I just, at that point, I was like, I guess so. Like, because they're not going to prescribe me pills anymore and I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I went to
you had
treatment.
that detax to look
Yeah.
forward to.
And
so.
I was like, I can't do this cold turkey. And
Yeah.
so I went to treatment in Houston. And
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So did you feel like that? I mean, did you feel like super hopeless and like because I mean, with me and alcohol, I really didn't even know that detox existed. I didn't know, I mean, I've just heard rehab and then AA, and that's all I've heard. That's all that was my knowledge, at the beginning of my journey. And, I mean, I did the AA thing, but I mean, I still I could not quit on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, what, did you have that desperation of like, oh, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to quit this? How am I, I mean, or were you kind of aware of detox with the dad's history and all that?
Absolutely. But this stint, I think, was more like, okay, well, I'm going to run out of pills and I don't have another option.
Right.
My next stint, which I've been sober since, and when I went to Summer Sky, that's when I had like that true gift of desperation where I was like, I either want to die or get sober. Like, I can't.
Right.
There's no in between for me.
Sure.
But yeah, that first time it was kind of like I just want to get off these pills, or maybe like get off of them enough where they can just prescribe me some and I can just start all over. I mean, I didn't even. It was just so. Yeah.
You just wanted to hit a reset.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe hit the old reset button.
Yeah,
and then you could dial it back and successfully use it this time, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I found out that wasn't really what recovery was about, and that
Right.
wasn't an option.
It wasn't. Hold on, wait. You're saying that that recovery is not to help you just regulate your use?
Well, I mean, I do believe in harm reduction. I know there's different pathways.
Okay, I'm good with harm reduction. Now, I'm actually a fan of harm reduction, but I also am a realist with harm reduction. Like,
Right.
I mean, you gotta. I mean, it's just like, yeah, it can go wrong real fast.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Abstinence is what works for me.
Right.
I've got to stay away from
Okay.
all of it.
Cool.
So, yeah. But so I went to treatment for a stint, stayed sober close to a year, and then was introduced to heroin, and that's when it went. That's like the worst part of my addiction. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Was the H train?
It was, and it went
Right.
fast. And
Yeah.
I drank a beer on a Saturday, and I was doing heroin by Tuesday. Like it
Wow.
it was
Well, but
quick.
you were doing oxys, right? And then you were just like, I mean, how does that happen? How does this cute little girl from Sherman, Texas, all of a sudden,
Is a boy.
Who does she find? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's those boys. It's those boys. But how does that happen? Like, I mean, it's just like there's the one town junkie dude, and like
I was living in Houston by
okay.
that time.
I gotcha.
So I went to treatment in Houston
I gotcha.
for the oxy addiction.
Right.
And then stayed there.
Well, you know what I also like to point out is it's kind of like when you go to rehab. I kind of learned so much more. So it's kind of like when you go to prison, you learn how to be a criminal. You know what I mean? And it's just like I learned so much more about stuff that I had no idea even existed when I went to rehab. By the way, I mean, but it was nothing. It wasn't bad information, but you know, I mean, you're in there with people that are, you know, using different type of drugs than, you know, myself at least. But anyway,
I didn't go that route. I went the other route.
What's that?
The prison route.
Oh, you went the prison route, yeah?
I always say to Jeff, I don't talk street. Can you translate this for me? I'm like, I didn't learn half the things I learned until I got sober.
I speak jive.
I'm like, I'm from a small town with like sweet parents and big family.
So what happens? So then you basically get to the heroin, and then how long would you say you successfully navigated heroin?
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
I worked. Like I said, I'm in the legal field, and I worked at 2 different firms in Houston.
Wow.
While I was in the midst of my
Yeah.
heroin addiction.
Yeah, it's so crazy, and heroin is like so deceptive, and you know, I mean, some people can even pull it off for longer than that because I've heard it, you know. But I mean, just to think, oh yeah, dude, I just did a load right there in that picture, dude, with my family. You know, like it's like a family picture. Like we had my boy Blake on last week, Blake Berwick, and he was like, yeah, dude, because I used obviously the most embarrassing photo of him I could find, you know, for the promo. And he was like, yeah, dude, I was actively using heroin in that picture. So I'm just like, it's amazing. And then also to just look at some of the people that use heroin, you don't look like a heroin user.
A lot,
yeah. And, yeah, exactly. I mean, I would not think heroin, you know, at all. I would think, I would think, let's see. If I looked at Haley, I would think maybe alcohol. I would think alcohol for sure, and then maybe a little chronic benzo action.
Okay.
But I don't know. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But
I can see that most people are like, yeah, sorority girl, like alcohol, like that's what I look like. And I'm like, no, I mean, I want the hard stuff to make me go. Like, I just,
You just okay. Well, hey man, there you go.
Yeah. So I did that, and I kind of lived a double life, and it's been like. Because I was in Houston and my family's all up here, and I would taper myself off of heroin to come home for Christmas or my sister's wedding, or my mom had open heart surgery, and or I would get Suboxone somewhere and I would get off of it enough.
And
to
just so people know, Suboxone is what you use to in MAT. It's which is medically aided treatment. It's supposed to help you stay off the street stuff, and you do strips. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but I mean, just for the people, I always keep it like a little basic because not everybody knows.
Yeah.
What
so
Suboxone
it's like it's
is.
a detox medication and a maintenance medication.
Sure.
So I would do it so I
It's
wouldn't go into
kind of.
withdrawal.
Would you say it's like a ceiling drug? Like you can only get so high?
I'm not sure. I've never been. I'm not on maintenance, and I've never been on it. I've only used it for detox purposes.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. So I'm not. But I mean, I think that's how it works. You can't get high, and it's supposed to block cravings and things like that. So
yeah.
I was like you, man. Whenever I was using, man, I didn't know anything about like the detox or anything. I knew about like AA and all this stuff, but I didn't know about like Suboxones and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
it's
like,
real
sick.
sick.
Well, see, I didn't. Were you a heroin user? Yeah, as well. I mean, but you also did more, right?
I did everything.
Like the
pretty much. But heroin was my drug of choice, though, man.
Right. I got you. Okay. Well, I mean, you maybe, her no.
Yeah, and I get that like every time I tell somebody. That's my
they're
drug.
like, what the? Okay.
Now, I remember rolling with you in your car when I first got out. I came and we were rolling in your car and you were telling me your story. I was like, what, bro?
What the?
You're
What
fucking
the? What?
paralegal. What are you talking about?
All right. Yeah.
Like, you know, I got fired from a job, and then my dad FaceTimed me one day, and it was obvious that I was on something, and I didn't admit to it, and then the next day I called him, and I was like, I think I need to go to treatment, and he drove and came and picked me up, and the rest is history. I
Yeah.
detoxed in Houston, and then I went to Summer Sky for 90 days.
I love it, dude.
Summer
But
sky.
I mean, 90 days is rough, dude. Because I mean, after 30, after I did 30, I was just like, man, like there was a guy that was there before me, and he's still there after me. I'm like, see you, dude. I'm
I know.
like,
I saw so many people
peace
come
out.
and go, like, I'm still here.
So what's
Yeah, right.
So there's 90-day programs and there's what 30-day programs? Like
Well, what I have heard, it's here. Hold on, I'm trying to switch the shot here. There we go. But it's 30, 60, 90. And then also there's just detox, which some people do the detox thing, and then they go right back to using, which is why I'm glad I actually went 30 days, and I needed that 30 days because when I okay, so I detoxed off the alcohol, but the thing is to get my head and to get some of the fog lifting and to get me to realize that, hey, man, normal people don't, black out. Normal people aren't giving themselves diabetes, which I was, because I was full on insulin shots and everything. And 30 days, like in there, actually, I got to stop taking like my metformin, and then also got to stop doing insulin shots as well. So
That's crazy.
yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I just think that mental clarity part is a huge thing, and I think with time like 90 days, like you went, I mean, you get a lot of thinking time, a lot of time to process.
A lot of therapy,
yeah.
and it was needed.
Yeah.
I'd been in and out of the program, and also, I had done a 30-day treatment before. I'd done outpatient stuff. I'd been in cycle. I mean, I tried a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to be isolated from anything for
Right.
that period of time. So
Okay, so I have a question for you, because it seems to me that there is a higher rate of recidivism. Oh, look at that word.
look at
dude.
that. That's a
$100
$100 word.
Yeah. So, but with drugs like crystal meth, and like I see it a lot with opioids and heroin, and I'm always intrigued by that, and never intrigued enough to do them, but I wondered if you guys had your own opinions on why you think there is, and I'll break it down for you. Recidivism is like repeat offender. Yeah.
Repeat. Okay. Repeat.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you go back out and do it. So, but what what are your thoughts on that? I mean, why that over? I mean, and people do it with alcohol. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
People always go back out, but it just seems always a higher rate with heroin and opioids.
I don't know. I
I
mean,
don't know. They say
'Cause they're a lot more
once
fun.
a heroin addict, you're always a heroin addict. You
Yeah.
know what I mean, that's what they say. And I don't
Well,
know.
they say that about everybody, dude. They say
Right.
that about once an alcoholic, always an
Exactly
alcoholic.
right.
That's like, I'm a grateful alcoholic. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
For me,
I don't know.
For me, like I mean, I never went back, man.
Yeah.
And I got 6 years now, so it's not a
Right,
deal,
dude.
but,
Oh, yeah, dude. By the way, dude, I got to give the
that's
got to
amazing.
give it up. Golf clap, because your birthday was last night, right?
Old birthday night was
Birthday
it was
night.
December 9th of this. December 9th of yeah.
December 9th of December 9th of December 9th.
But
I mean of 2021.
I didn't get to pick up at birthday night because I had fucking COVID.
Ah,
I didn't
gotcha.
do it this month.
Right on, dude. So 6 years and 4 years. Look
Coming
at
up
that.
on 4
Yeah,
years,
coming up
yeah.
on 4, dude, and I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty
I love it. I love it. Well, okay, so let's get into talking about. I know you. Let's see. You said you were you're a recovery blogger right now.
I have a blog. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not, and it's self-published. I mean,
Okay, yeah.
I don't have an agent
Well,
or
hey,
a
guess,
sponsor.
Hey, guess what? This is self-published
Oh
too.
my gosh, look at us creative minds.
Yeah,
She didn't have a publisher yet.
right.
Yet, that's
Sure.
yet.
Right.
But I have a gift with words, and
Mm-hmm.
I always have, and in my addiction, I didn't really write, but sometimes I would, and then since I've gotten sober, I've written a lot, and people have told me that my words touch them, and so at the prodding of friends and family and people that love me, I started writing, and then started sharing it and putting it on social media, and that kind of stuff, and it's gained a little bit of traction. And so my sponsor was like, why don't you, I'm going to segue here, I guess, to Recovery's Got Talent. And she was like, why don't you read one of your things in audition? And I was like, oh, no, I don't know. That's kind of, it's usually singers and dancers and guitar players, and I'm not going to fit in with anybody. But
right. Well, let's talk about Recovery's Got Talent. Recovery's Got Talent is a showcase of people in recovery, because actually last year we had my boy Ty Jackson, skate straighter, and he actually won the event. So you can go look up that episode on the YouTube.
And my boy Mason Knight got second place on that show.
Oh, really?
Go Mason.
Which one? What was
He's a rapper.
Oh, yeah, that dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy.
That guy. No, because I do remember the top people there. So.
Oh, so you were there?
Yeah, I went there.
Okay, I didn't go. I went the year before that.
Did you have COVID again?
Yeah, it was COVID.
Yeah, it was COVID again.
COVID stopped me.
But so Recovery's Got Talent is, basically a showcase for people that are in recovery. But let's see, what else did we have? Recovery's Got Talent. Oh yeah, did you want to share an intro to your book? Because like you were saying, and also I want to point out the fact that it's important in recovery, or it was important in mine, to find like your passion. Mine's always obviously been DJing, but the thing is then I was like, I had an opportunity to do a podcast, and I was like, oh, man, this is great. There's so much stuff out there. But I think that, in recovery, that it's a huge spot, a huge part of my recovery to find a passion and something that you're passionate about and something that you're good at and that you enjoy doing. So
yeah, agreed. And, I've been in counseling, and I have a sponsor through a fellowship and everything, and they always encourage you to write. And so it's been very, very helpful, and it's been something. But I did write an intro to my book that, God willing, gets published by me or an agency one day.
Right.
So I'll read it real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you the sweetest love story I know, one that brings me to my knees each and every time, slays me, brings me unprecedented joy, completes me, restores my heart and strengthens my soul. I have been wooed, adored, cherished, held and loved with an intimacy I never knew. And guess what? There ain't no human boy involved in this love story. There's no hope dealing, energy drink guzzling, DM sliding, canned recovery answering boy in any of this. Don't get me wrong, I love those boys. I love them big. I love to mama bear them. I love to eye roll them. I love their flat billed caps and crazy tattoos. I love their shock factor stories and embarrassing cuss words I never even knew until I got sober. I love that the junkie drunk in them loves the junkie drunk in me. But it's not them. It's also not about my girls. I've never been shy about the fact that the women saved me, that these girls continue to save me, that I think they are beautiful and fierce and shiny and inspiring. I think they are soft and resilient and honest and brave and petty and dramatic and exhausting. Oh, but I sure do love them big too. I love that the miracle in me recognized the miracle in them. Nope, this love story isn't about that. It starts long ago, in a world where I had no idea about love, no hope for it, no reference point for it. A hollow, shallow, gray world where a little blonde-headed girl with huge blue eyes was already empty, through no fault of a mother who is as fucking fierce as they come. As I grew up, my life became more and more dangerous. My soul was gasping for something I couldn't even verbalize, but I was already too busy flirting with the world to even notice. Solution came early and fast and was a sweet mercy for this little girl. Love, check, I'd found it in a bottle or in a pill or in a needle. And that was the first taste of romance I needed. It was the only one I needed. Let's fast forward 20 years. By this time, I was a girl with a head full of knowledge and an arm full of dope. And my life was as dangerous as ever. Still gasping, still breathless. I was a girl living a double life. My higher power consisted of a drug and a boy that could get it for me. Picture this, said blonde-headed, huge, blue-eyed 33-year-old little girl, hollow, shallow, gray, empty, lying on the floor of a filthy apartment surrounded by belts and blood, needles and grime, dirty from the inside out, begging for more and simultaneously praying to a God I did not know to die. My romance was dead. My first love my solution had betrayed me long ago. I didn't feel cherished or adored or wooed or chosen or loved. I'd been desecrated and deserted, beaten. I was a slave and I served one master. I'd given my soul and there was nothing left, not a drop. I was days away from being evicted from my home, but little did I know I was about to be evicted from my current life and invited into a truer one. Between lying on the cold shower floor and puking my guts out, clarity came in this short sentence. I think you should call your parents and go to treatment. And I called, and my dad showed up, and I got in the truck, and thus began the sweetest love story on earth.
Wow. That was great.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. So
it's about finding myself and loving myself and
Right.
my higher power and how all of that has come together.
So now that's your intro to your book,
I
right?
mean, yeah, probably.
And then just kind of like autobiographical, but
Yeah, and I want to focus on, like, a lot of recovery authors that I read, it focuses a lot on the using part of their story.
Mm-hmm.
And my using story is not special. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one among a million. I want to talk about, like, the friendships I've made and the people that,
right.
The miracle of a life that I get to live today. And
See how she segued into hope, dude. Jeff,
Dude, you stopped me.
dude, it was all your fault.
I thought we had more time, bro.
Yeah, no. Just so everybody knows that Jeff was on last year. We had you on, and you were like, I didn't get to do my strength, hope, and experience. So
No, man, when I walked out of the studio, man, I felt kind of upset because I didn't get to share some strength, right?
right.
But on the ride home, I got a call from a friend.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, the thing made me like rekindle my relationship with my mom. And
Right.
It was like, and dude, I started crying. It was like, all right, I touched something.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And if you look
Really?
at the comments on the thing, there's
Right.
a couple people on there that are, pretty
Oh yeah.
sweet. And
Yeah,
cool
yeah,
about
yeah.
the
they
whole
were
thing.
touched by
Yeah.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I just blindly do the show, and then
Yeah.
I mean, it helps who it helps, man. I mean, and the thing is obviously, I always like to do this shot here. If you guys are on YouTube, be sure and hit that subscribe button right there, because we're just it's right here, right there.
Nice.
There.
I love it.
Yeah. But, it's just, it was a show that I had, like, there was an idea that I just wanted to put out there. And, maybe somebody that can't relate to me can relate to you. Maybe somebody that can't relate to me can relate to Jeff. And it's funny because, I mean, as people, and probably a lot of the reasons why we used as people is because we're so worried and uncomfortable in our own skin and so self-critical as well. And I mean, I think, that's a big part of why people use just period or have a glass of wine to go to their family thing because they're worried about what everybody's thinking about them. So,
And plus, for you doing this whole thing, like, you have a big platform. You have a lot of people that follow you, dude, and that are still out there doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? So for them to see what you're doing now,
right,
and you're having someone like me on the show helping you co-host, right? And a lot of people are going to see this, and they're going to be like, dang, this is fucking awesome. I could do that too.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what the program is really all about.
Take
Right.
a look at me now.
Take a look.
Are we gonna get a duet out of you guys,
I
dude?
missed it last night. Dude. I'm telling you. It was epic.
Yeah, I like it. It was epic.
It was fucking epic, bro.
You missed it, bro.
Yeah, he definitely did some Phil Collins.
Okay, so I always like to just kind of hit some 101 questions for those people that are out there, like struggling or maybe struggling staying sober or whatever. But for both of you guys, what would you say is a key component that helps you stay, remain and maintain your sobriety?
So for me, it's
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
community.
I love that.
There's a big community, and there's so many resources out there. In Dallas, we have a big city, and we're super lucky to have this because there's cities all over America that don't have what we have.
Like Sherman?
Yeah,
Right? Shout out to Sherman. I love Sherman. I got peeps out there. so-
Sherman's good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well,
Yeah.
it's so readily available for us here, man, and with all the resources and all the people, because the community is so big, man. And if I didn't have this community, I don't know what I'd be doing.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, the community, and the thing is you don't just have to have a designated, normal 12-step recovery. I mean, there's lots of different avenues out there and aspects to it. But I'm always about that community and like build your tribe, dude,
Right, no
because
doubt.
you know, and it's like an insurance policy as well, you know, for those times when you feel like you know, a little weak or a little human. You know,
No, I
So-
get around. I go to a lot of different places.
Yeah, you do, man. You are a man of the people. Yes,
to be.
you are.
I did. I said that to somebody last night. I was like, Jeff is like so universally loved.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh, una lagra.
I would say, you know, connection as well, but also service, getting out of myself,
Sure.
you know, and doing things for other people. I mentor several women through different fellowships, and that helps me a lot. And I also volunteer at a treatment center and do some things there. And I think that that's a big thing that helps me stay sober and grounded and to realize where I came from and to not ever forget that I was that shaky little girl walking through the door not too long ago.
Oh yeah. You hear just like you hear somebody's story and you're like, oh man, that little girl's me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so then let's see. And then what would you guys, you know, recommend for somebody that's sober curious? Like, what would you either one just go?
I think just put yourself out there to see what's around. There's so many different pathways, so many different fellowships and programs. And if you go to a meeting and you don't like it, don't just write it off. Like, don't just be like, you know, oh, I didn't like that. Nothing. I couldn't relate to anything. Try something else.
Right, and
yeah.
that's a huge thing I want to point out, because a lot of people get a bad taste in their mouth because they've gone to one meeting, you know. And I mean, like you said, there's a lot of places that don't, you know, that have a limited amount of meetings, but there's also, you know, online meetings for sure. But the thing is don't let just one bad experience, because they're all different. Some of them are cliquey, some of them aren't, and it's just, you know, definitely don't let that sway your perception, you know.
The thing about me is I feel like, you know, a lot of guys come in, they think, you know, how am I going to do this for the rest of my fucking life? You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to read this book over and over and over again, and it sounds
Right.
like fun to me. You know?
Right.
But, you know, just get around, because we're not a glum lot, that's for sure.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I have fucking fun, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how I do it. You know,
Yeah.
I have fun.
Right.
You know, in these meetings, it's like when I came in, I was the shaky person too. I didn't want to say anything, you know what I mean? And now I'm singing songs in front of 75 people, making a fool of myself. You know what I mean? And just showing people that, you know, you can have fun and do this thing.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I agree. So, but you would just say, like, I mean, just get out there and just get involved and try to. I mean, I think for me, if I think about it, like, it definitely community would be like top tier, and then maybe, let's see, you know, just being honest with yourself and just self-awareness and just knowing that, hey, you know, and admitting to yourself, kind of step one stuff, you know, but just getting that in there and doing that and just because what they say is that's the only step you have to do perfect every day, right?
Right.
You know. Or right every day. But other than that, do you have any cross questions, Jeffrey Rigdon? I mean, you are the co-host here. I'm not interviewing you.
Dude, I'm the cause?
You're.
I thought I was just here.
You know, well, you're gonna be. You're gonna be filling in.
Okay.
You're gonna be filling in and possibly a part of the show. So if this goes well, dude, then you're hired.
Hold on. I didn't bring my notepad.
No
It's in the
pressure.
car. I'll be right back.
Right.
I don't know, Haley. Do you have anything else to say? Like, I don't know what.
First off, you have to learn to talk into
Well,
the
dude,
mic. Yeah.
I'm okay. So let me talk like this. Hey, so Haley.
No, all you have to do is like this, dude, and then
move
go like
it.
this. Yeah, there you go.
Am I still in the camera?
It attenuates. Not really now. Jeff, you're being difficult, dude.
Dude, I'm super difficult.
Move this
dude, I'm
way.
super.
Yeah, move closer towards her. There you go, buddy. There you go.
Good job.
So, but anyway, or do you have any questions for Jeff? I mean, let's hear it.
Bounce it around.
Let's bounce it
Oh,
around.
sure. Jeffrey.
Or do y'all have questions for me?
Now I want to know, like, what changed from the guy I met didn't want he knew he didn't want to use drugs anymore, but he didn't really have any sort of recovery. Jeff and I go way back, like to when he first came into the recovery world. So what changed now that you can sing and dance in front of 75 people?
Well, the open-mindedness. At first, I wasn't open-minded at all. Like, I came in here with like, I thought I had all the answers. You know, I've already been sober for dang near 3 years, you know, so I thought I had it all figured out, right? And then I met somebody, my mentor, so to say.
Sure.
Right? And, you know, I just took some suggestions and have been open-minded this whole time and worked this thing and actually, you know, got out there and mentored people too, you know, and then that's when you start to see the magic, you know what I mean? And,
Right.
You know, put myself out there to be of service at my home group, and that's just like I've flourished ever since then.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. So speaking of being of service, because both of y'all mentioned mentoring. So I mean, without using names, let's hear some success stories. Like what's you know, maybe something that touches you.
Well, I have a woman that.
Her name is Shirley Bassey, and
Yeah.
her number
I have a
is,
woman, we'll call her Jane Doe.
Right.
And I met her, and she was angry. Oh, so angry at the world. And I was like, this is going to be the hardest thing in the world. And she has moved leaps and bounds, and she got married, and she's still sober, and she's wonderful. And then I have another woman that's my very best friend now. And we started out as just like peripherally knowing each other, and I mentor her, but she's also my best friend. And sometimes we kind of change positions. I go to her, I'm like, I don't know what to do about this, and she comes to me, and we talk almost every day, and we hang out. And I didn't have those girlfriends, you know, in my addiction, or even before.
Oh yeah, because you were hanging out with the flat-billed guys, and
I was hanging out with the hope dealing, frat boys.
Yeah.
But no, and I just the women have really, like, I think it's important for any woman that's trying to get sober to stick with the other women, at least in the beginning, for sure, and surround yourself, because there's so many powerful, wonderful women in recovery, and it's just so amazing to watch the transformations.
Cool, Jeffy Pooh.
Yeah, all my guys that I mentor are still like going through it right now.
Are still actively using.
Hopefully by my 7th year they'll be through with their 4 steps and stuff.
Right.
Like that. You know what I mean? But I can't really. I got some good guys though right now.
Yeah.
But
no inspirational stories. No, nothing like. I mean, nothing like that. This guy came in and then now he's here.
Well, I mean, I don't want to put anything.
No, I know, but I'm just.
I got some good guys that are on fire right now.
Yeah.
That are ready to do this thing. That are still, like I said, they're still on their 4 steps.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I mean, but you've also been sponsoring people for a while, or mentoring people for a while.
For about 8 months now, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And I mean, okay. So this is another question. Obviously, you have to work the steps in order to sponsor somebody. This is just a me question, but I mean, when did you feel in your recovery that, I mean, you got to work the steps yourself, and then did you immediately put yourself out there to be a sponsor or mentor or whatever you want to call it?
My mentor said, She
now
said,
go do it.
Yeah, she said, now you need to start raising
See
your
what
hand.
I did? Okay, now you do that.
Exactly.
Okay,
that's exactly
cool.
how it works.
At the end of the meeting, they're like, if you've had a spiritual awakening, raise your hand.
Right.
And
Sure.
raise your hand, right? And after I was he's like, you can raise your hand now. And I'm like, all right. And I started raising my hand, but I'm not even like sharing, in the meeting. But I'm like, hey, man, it's me. I'm here.
Yeah.
If you need a sponsor, and I started sharing.
Right.
Well,
and what I think, it's funny because I've noticed that I've got more comfortable with, because I mean, I've never really been a public speaker at all. I mean, I'm sure that's evident, but it's just like, I think because in recovery, you end up talking so much that you're just like, oh, okay, it's not like as nerve-wracking to me as it was in the beginning, because I was like, I mean, I'm used to being behind the decks and I don't say a word and whatever, but I mean, but speaking in front of people can be, crippling to some people, you know. So, I mean, I think definitely being in recovery has helped me in that aspect of being more comfortable. Even though I'm not a big sharer, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So
you do great here, though, man. This is.
well, I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
you're amazing.
You are amazing.
I am amazing, aren't I?
You're very amazing, Kelly.
Yay.
We love
Do I get to come back and co-host now? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, let's give while I got Haley on the screen. There is a Summer Sky product sitting right across from us. Yay! Hey guys, if you're looking for help, be sure and reach out to Summer Sky. They are in Stephenville, Texas, which is www.summersky.us, and that is 888-857-8857. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw myself up on the screen. There we go. Yeah, I got sober there. If I can do it, you can do it. Seriously, and I always say that, you know, if anybody you know, wants it, and that's a huge thing, is you have to want it, because that, and you know, I think if I were to sponsor somebody, which I haven't, but if I were, I would just go, hey, do you want to be sober, you know, first, because I mean, that's one thing you can't, you know, make somebody want. I mean, because, you know, no matter how much your family like wants it for you, or your significant other, whatever it is, but, you know, I mean, my wife wanted it for me really bad, you know, but it was just like, you know, I didn't think it was a problem, of course, because I was, you know, in active use. But the thing is, you know, she couldn't make me want it. But then that window of clarity, once I got there, you know, that 30 days, boom, you know, the fog started to clear, and I started to realize, wow, that was a lot of fucked up shit I did. Yeah. So, do you guys still have like, do you find yourself doing step work again, like with yourself, and continuing I mean, not just sponsoring people, but I mean, do you feel like yourself like, I need to, you know, go back. I've obviously got a resentment about that one. I need to.
All the time, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's an ongoing thing. It's not like just, and that's another thing. It's just like people go, okay, well, if I work these 12 steps, man, then I'm going to be cured.
Graduated, you know?
Yeah, I graduated.
You're fixed.
That's it. Hey, I didn't say it.
I said fixed.
Yeah, right.
Well, and I think like the steps of these fellowships, I'm sorry, I'm trying really hard.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
That they can be worked around anything. Like, I did a lot of work around a hard breakup that I had, and used, you know, the same principles and the same inventory and things like that to go through that. So I think that, you know, it can be used for codependency, you know, gambling, sex, whatever your deal is.
Yeah.
And
I never, like, because I've been to, there's a spot off of Northwest Highway called 4D, and they have like, I pulled their flyer of the different meetings they have, and I'm like, holy crap, dude!
People are addicted to anything.
They're just making shit up. You know?
They got it up on the wall.
But, and of course I went, you know, just wandered into the sex addict meeting.
You did?
No.
How was it?
It was good, dude. There was a lot of hot chicks, dude.
Nice. Let's go. What day are they meeting?
Yeah, what day is that, dude? Where is it? But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys coming out, man, and you know, I'd love to have you back on. You know,
absolutely.
And you know, I always give the guest a chance to shout out to people. So, any shout outs for you?
Well, I want to shout out. I want to again plug Recovery's Got Talent and Jennifer DeSilva. She's the executive director of Simply Grace, and somebody that I love very dearly. So Simply Grace puts on Recovery's Got Talent. It is on March 12th at Wind-Spirit Opera House. You can get your tickets.
Oh wow, they're doing it out in Oklahoma.
No, it's
where's Wind-Spirit?
It's downtown. It's somewhere.
Oh, okay.
It's here. It's in Dallas.
It's in downtown Dallas. Okay. Yeah.
And so your tickets, you can go to simplygrace.com, or it might be org, but just look up Simply Grace and you can get it.
Can we drop a link in the
No, not really. No, we can't. That's called pre-production, Jeff. By the way, now you're learning. Now that you're going to be a part of the
we
show,
do that, yeah.
it's called pre-production.
Okay. So
No, and I'm just really, I have a really big family, like huge, and we're all very close, and I never get to like say things about them to them, so I love all of them. And my blog is,
Yeah, please
plug myself, right?
Hell yeah, girl.
It's called There's Freedom in That.
Okay.
TheresFreedominthat.blogspot.com.
Holy crap, that's a
There's-
long URL. Was that URL taken?
Everything else was taken.
Oh, really?
So there's freedominThat.blogspot.com, and it has all of my writings if you want to check it out.
Okay, all right. And then you, shout-outs, plugs, you know.
I want to give a shout out to Erin, my girlfriend. She celebrated 7 months yesterday.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the Dopeless Society.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about Dopeless Society real quick.
So it's a buddy of mine's clothing company. It's just it's a showing people, it's a way of being of service wearing these shirts. Like a buddy of mine, Justin Box, is a friend of the show. He was like, "Did you like the poster boy for recovery, dude?"
Right.
Oh, I love
Always
it.
got shirts that have fucking recovery stuff on.
Hope dealing.
I like how you just made him sound like Spicoli.
I make everybody sound like that. Like,
Spicoli. Yeah.
He's like, "Bro, you're like the recovery,
Bruh.
you're like the recovery cover boy."
That's my skull.
Well, dude, it's like it's being of service wearing
Right.
these
No.
clothes because when people see
Yeah.
it, they're like, "What is that about?" You know
By the
what I
way,
mean? So it's-
you could have been of service and worn one of these.
Wow.
These lovely shirts. Little pink cloud
Dude, I love
shirt,
it.
by the way.
I have it up on my wall.
Yeah,
I love it.
you
It's
don't
like,
wear
I love
it.
so
You don't
much.
wear it. You don't want to soil it. You want it to be pristine
It's
and
framed
everything
under
like
glass.
that. I need to get you a shirt, by the way.
Yes, please.
I don't know if I have a small though.
Oh, I love you for just assuming I wear a small.
Was that good?
That was good.
Was that good? Well, hey, I am married and I have been successfully married for 12 years. So
Good for you.
Yeah,
I haven't.
I know.
Ever.
Oh, well, somebody needs to go to an SA meeting. No, I'm just kidding.
SLAA.
Sex addict and love addict.
Sex, love.
Or sex anonymous, love anonymous.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Slaw is what
Slaw.
I was always.
It would be funny if the acronym was SLUT.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
What else? Me and some friends, some men, are putting together a men's meeting.
Okay.
It is like a men empowerment meeting.
Okay.
It's not going to be 12-step based, but it is about being a better man.
Okay.
So it's going to be called BAM.
Okay.
Be a man, right? So
If you want
to,
be man, I get it, dude.
right?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then the logo will be like BAM, like
Yeah.
Batman, BAM.
Are you gonna have
Like the
shirts?
comic
Yeah,
book.
we're gonna have shirts. And
Nice.
I'll plug those next time.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
If you want to be a part of that, just reach out to me.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, guys, I just want to thank you again for coming out as I get our overhead shot. Let's wave to the overhead cam.
I've looked at it a couple
I think
times.
Fitz is on there. Fitzy. Yeah, the guy that's not saying anything.
Shout out to Fitz.
Shout out to Fitz for
Yay, Fitz.
and Hello Studios.
Yes, thank you.
For having us out here and being such accommodating as far as helping me engineer, because man, I would just be up Schitt's Creek, like so.
I'd love one of those shirts too, man. I'd wear it.
Very good, dude. Jeff's just looking
Jeff
for
loves shirts.
Jeff's just looking for free clothing anywhere, dude.
Anything free,
Yeah, but I guess I appreciate you guys for coming out and sharing your stories. And if you want to hear Jeff's story, actually, you can go back and just look on the YouTubes.
It's powerful.
It was very compelling, compelling piece about your fams and all that stuff. But I want to thank you guys for coming out, making your way down to the new location, downtown Dallas, which is beautiful. Except you have to pay for parking now.
That's what I was gonna say. You're gonna pay me back for the parking.
Hey, can we get our parking validated on the way out?
Yeah, right. Actually, there's a guy named Larry, and just find him.
He's the one with the mask. Is that
Yeah, that guy, dude. Yeah, that one. But hey, like I always say, kids, there is no magic pill for sobriety, because if there was, we would all take too many.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I got makeup all over the headphones.
Drop a bomb.